Hey everybody, and welcome to this video tutorial. We are continuing on with our custom mob, which I finally got working perfectly. I posted a video just a little bit earlier today, saying that it wasn't moving properly. The animations were all working, except for it wasn't really moving properly, and I couldn't figure out how. And I asked online, and people said, well, the only thing that they could think it could be was the model, and it actually did turn out to be the model. So what I did was, when I might just start it up and show you what I did to get this to get it working. And actually, in retrospect, I probably could have done it this way in the first place, and it would have been perfectly fine. But but you know, drawing your own is always useful to know, right? But I think I just did it wrong. I don't know how, but apparently I did. Okay, so this is where we are. Okay, so I just gotta... It's just a virtual machine, so this actually isn't my password for anything. So we're gonna go to the desktop. We're gonna load up Techni. So basically, I created a new Ready Freddy model based on the moped instead of just model base. So when you open it up here, is it gonna open? Or is it going to be completely right now? Oh, is it crashing or something? I think it's crashing. Fuck, I'm a little bit late. I'm going to try and get a screenshot of it. Okay, I think I got it that time. I'm going to have a lot of screenshots now, but I think I got it. I think. And if I didn't, bullshit. Okay, so Techni is no longer loading. I wonder if I could just, like, what if I run this one? This is terrible. This is absolutely fucking terrible. Come on, Techni. It's crashing. Oh, there it is. So, whoops, Techni is about to crash. Don't worry, we saved your model just in time. So local app data Techni. Okay, I'm gonna have to delete Techni completely, and then I'm gonna have to re-download it again. I already have the Ready Freddy model saved in here. I wonder if I can open it. New Ready Freddy. Or is it just gonna keep crashing? Yeah. Okay. So first thing we gotta do is gotta fix this. So I'll come back when I got this fixed. Okay, so... Oh. So I should just go... Oh, what's the other one? Percent app data percent. And of course I didn't do anything. Percent app data percent. And then go to app data, local, Techni, delete. All right. So I finally got Technique working. It took about 5 minutes or so. Change log. Yeah, whatever. You're going to launch the browser. Shit. Okay, I'm going to pin this and unpin that. Fantastic. So I can close the browser. No longer need that open. All right. So when I created the model, this base class, I changed it to model biped, which basically means 2 legs and 2 arms. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it means, or at least 2 legs. But it gives us a basic human, basic human model anyway. The texture, I upped it again to 128 by 64, and then clicked create. So that basically gives us the basic human being here. Now, with the texture, things do have to change slightly. Because because at least originally it was overlap. It would overlap the arms and legs by default. So I had to go into here. No, so let's go. So the body find right arm. See, right arm and left arm are both on the same spot, and they can't be. That's not allowed to happen. At least Minecraft doesn't like it. It'll work in here just fine, but as soon as you go to Techni, or as soon as you go into Minecraft, it doesn't work that way. So you have to separate everything. So I'm going to put the legs down here, I think. I'm not actually going to go through all this again. You know, just organize the texture however you want to organize it. Let's drag that down. And I can get that right on the dot. Fantastic. Actually, I'm going to put it over a few more just so there's a little bit of space in between those two so we don't get confused. Confuzzled. Okay. So you could do something like this. Even if you put like 1 pixel in between. And then let's grab that leg or the arm, the left arm. Let's drag that down as well. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Let's bring that down to the bottom. And then I'll bring it this way. 1 pixel in between. And then the other arm is just going to have to sit somewhere else. So we might actually stack these on top of each other. Might be a better idea. But anyway, you get it. So you can just see. So basically with this, the model is done. You can save it, export it as export as Java and as texture map. Do the texture. You can import it back into here. Make sure it looks good on here. And I will have a zip in the description with a link to my updated model. So if you want to use my updated model, you'll have all the files there. Download that. If you are going to use it, download that right now before we get into the code, because you are going to need it to continue on with the tutorial. So yeah, basically what we're going to cover today is pretty much everything to do with the mob. Spawn, animation, AI, all that awesome stuff. Now, I'm just going to quickly clean up my desktop from all these screenshots. So basically what I did to fix it, so if it breaks for you too, I had to delete my entire, so I went into app data percent. So if you're running Windows 7, you press the start button, type percent app data percent, the same as you would to go to the roaming folder, and then you can go back a folder to app data, and then you want to go into temp. A few other, I forget what it is now. I'll put the path in the description, and then you want to delete an entire these 2 folders. There's one called data, and then when there's some random character strings, you want to delete both of those. It'll get rid of some other temporary data, but you know, as you open up the applications, that'll come back, because I couldn't actually find out where Techni was, because it's kind of, I really don't like the way they work it. I wish it was just a normal application that you installed and not, you know, something stupid like that. So I'm just going to empty my trash. All right, there we go. Good to go. So you should have now, so this is model ready Friday. I don't need that. That is the model. And I don't need this ready Freddy 2 either, so I can get rid of those. So you'll have, so if you put all your files in the same, you'll have 3 files. You'll have your Techni model file, your Java file, and then your ready Freddy texture. I also made him happy now. He's not sad or angry. He's a happy-go-lucky guy. So I'll zoom in on this so you can see this. It's fucking fantastic. Okay, so scale that. There you go. See, look at him. Look at him. He's happy. He's not sad. I made his chest, you know, show a little bit more. So yeah, and actually doing it this way, the arms and legs are actually a lot easier to do. So these are the arms right here. So across the top, so across the bottom here is like his hand, where his hand would be, his shirt, and then this is the top, and this is the bottom. So on all of these, like this, left is the bottom, right, or no, left is the top, right is the bottom, and then this is front right here. And you know all this stuff. You know, you can work it out. You can just kind of you can keep the model open, edit the texture, reload it, and then then from there you can recustomize it. You know, you can figure whatever you have to figure out. But anyway, we're gonna move on before I spend too long just chatting about absolutely nothing. All right, so we're gonna start by opening up our project in Eclipse. Okay, just gotta change this to, so I'm gonna load up my project. I'm gonna need another Finder window open. So I'm going to right click, open and closing folder, and desktop. And I'm going to go into Forge. There we go. So I'm going to set these up like this. So I'm just going to get this ready for us. Not Redstone tutorial. We're going to go to Assets and Redstone tutorial and Textures. All right. So back here. Oh, so I'm actually having problems. All right, because I threw this code in here by accident. Okay, there we go. Save. Project's all fixed. Everything's good to go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our model file into Eclipse. So we're going to create a new package here. So we're going to right click. So if you right click on tutorial, it's automatically going to put the first part of that package name in, and then we can add on. So you click new package, and then we're going to go .model. So we're going to keep everything separate. So .model, create that. And now it's going to create an empty package. And now we could drop that file in there. And actually yeah, let's just do that. Let's go here. Let's go back to here. So we go into Redstone tutorial and then model. And then we're just going to copy that file into there. So if you didn't see that, so from the Minecraft folder where we would normally go to assets, follow to do all of our assets, there's a folder there called redstone_tutorial. Click on that, and now this is basically your project. So folders are packages, all right? So all these folders are your different packages. So we created a new package called model. You click on that and copy that file right in there. And now we're gonna have to rebuild the work. Actually, no, it's already done. Fantastic. So you should have errors on the page. That's perfectly fine. That's the way it's. We got some changes to make initially to get this working. So the package. So actually, we don't need to delete that. You want to hover over the package, and you want to click Change Package Declaration to Redstone_tutorial.model. That's gonna update the package. That's fixed. Now you want to rename, hover over the class, rename type to Ready Freddy, since our file is Ready Freddy. So this is where it's weird. It exports the file as Ready Freddy, but then it calls the class Model Ready Freddy. So it's just kind of weird. I did it Ready Freddy this way, so it's best just to follow that. So you want to import model base. Now you may say, well, didn't you make it model biped? Yes, I did, but it still extends the model base, and then it just has different stuff for that. So we got to import model renderer as well for all of our different body parts. And then we're going to have an error down here, right here at the bottom. We're going to, so at the end of, so there's F1, there's F1, F2, F3, F4, F5 at the very end. Actually, no. Add argument. Yes, we need to add entity. So where is it? Let's look at my code here. So set rotation, blah, 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 blah. This is set rotation angle. Actually, no, this one here, we want to just delete this super for now. We don't need it. Yeah, and at the end, so we have F, F2, F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, and then this last one we need, so up here at the top, we're going to have to add one entity space par 6 entity. Par 6 entity, and then not entity. Remember, we all love titties. Anyway. So we're going to have to import entity from Minecraft, from net.minecraft.entity. You do that. And we're going to have this error here as well, up here at set rotation angles. That's because we have to add onto the end of it. Render. No. When I put on there on the bottom entity, that correlates with this right here. So we need to put that at the end of the rotation angles. And now this file is all up to date. If you missed any of that, go back, watch it again. And I was also going to resize my text, which I forgot to do. So I'll do that right now for everybody to so it makes it easier on everybody. And I'll quickly go over that again. So it's under General Editors. Go under here. And we want text editor. So I want to show. I'm showing line numbers. Fantastic. Actually, I think I just. Can I just go? I've never actually resized text. Oh fuck's sake! I closed it. Ah. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm uploading a video right now. Okay. Resize text in Eclipse. Open that back up. Oh, okay. I got it. Following way, open the window, preferences, general appearance on screen. Okay, so we're going to go into here. We're going to click preferences, and then I'm going to go under general appearance, colors and fonts, Java. Let's try size 18. That's probably going to be way too big. Actually, that's perfect. So here you guys go. Text is now bigger, so you should be able to see, you might be able to see this in the smaller tutorial. I'll have to test this when I actually see it. So what we did is we changed the package to Redstone. So we hovered over it, changed that into model, imported model base, hovered over the class, change type, something like that. It's the second option that you want to choose. Import model renderer. And you're good there. And then you want to go down here. So set rotation angles. This first right here in the render function, you want to add to the second. So to the set rotation angles, you want to add to the very end after the F5 comma space entity. And then that will that'll fix that. And then here at the bottom, delete the super. We don't need it. And then at the end of the top piece there of the set rotation angles, we want to add entity to the end of it. And then we're good to go. Alrighty. So there we go. That's saved. Good to go. We're done with that file. Now we're going to come into our main class file here. And we're going to go... Where should I do this? Let's just get that out of the way. Okay, so we're done in that file. Over to the next file. So I put it right below biomes, right in here. So right below our settings for our biome, we're gonna go settings for mob. Settings for mob. And now we got a lot of lines to write here, and there's going to be a lot of confusing stuff. You're just going to have to trust me on this one and just type exactly what I do. Take your time, pause the video if you have to, and make sure everything is typed the exact same as I am here. So first line, entity registry dot register global entity ID. So that's the first one. Tap on that. So we need the entity class. We don't have this created yet, but we're going to call it entity ready Freddy. Okay. The entity name. Oh, wait. We're not done with this first one yet. Entity ready Freddy dot class. And now we want the name, which is a string. So ready Freddy. God damn it, I'm not doing it that good today. And then ID, give it 1. Okay, there we go. So it's gonna have a problem with this here, probably because we haven't changed method. So it's not liking that. So register, maybe it's this one here then. Okay, actually, no, it's not that one. So there's multiple different ways that you can do this. We want this one here. So entity class, entity, ready Freddy. It's a Monday, people. Gotta expect me to be a little bit slow. Entity name, ready Freddy, with an ID of 1. Oh, fuck. There we go. ID of 1. There we go. So we got rid of that one error. It might be because we didn't have the semicolon on the end. Now, down to the next line. Actually, that should be... Is that going to do any syntax highlighting for us? It's getting it, so that's good. So anyway, we're going to move on. Next line is entity registry dot add spawn. So basically what we're going to be doing is we got to add the spawn so it spawns in normal biomes, and then as well as spawning in our own biome. So we're going to do this by using the entity registry dot add spawn. I'm just going to use the first one there. So the entity class, which is entity ready Freddy dot class. Got to have that. Weighted blah blah blah. I'm just going to copy exactly what I have here. Weighted probably. So the probability of it generating, we're going to give it 10. A minimum of so this is the minimum amount that spawns in one spot. We're going to say 2 and a max of 4. And type of creature, so we're going to go enum creature type dot monster, and then we don't need to worry about the biomes. At the end, it's going to generate in all biomes. Now we want to copy that line because it's basically the exact same, except for now we want to specify our redstone biome. So redstone biome. So without this biome at the end, it will generate it. It will spawn it in every biome except for the custom biomes. So you could also do one of these for each. So we could do, I think it's biome. No. Biome, redstone biome. It's going to be one of these, I would think. But anyway, do that, and then you're good to go. Alrighty, so we've done that. It's fine if we have all these errors. We're going to have these errors for a little bit. We will come back to those afterwards. And I think, actually, do we have to do... No, that's fine. It's all fine. It's fine. Okay. Next line is entity registry dot find global unique entity ID. All right. There's no parameters, just semicolon at the end, and that's all we need for that line. Now we're going to register the egg. So the egg, we don't have to create any custom images for the egg. It's pretty much a built-in thing. You just give it 2 different colors, and it automatically creates the egg for you. So we're going to go register entity egg, capital E on entity, capital E on egg, not H's, egg. There we go. Entity, okay, good. And then in here we're going to go entity, ready Freddy dot class, and now the colors that we want. Now I'm going to open up Photoshop and we're going to pick our colors for our egg. I think I'm going to do the Shakarudin colors. So the blue, I'm going to do blue and red, I think. Be cool. So I'm going to open up. I just need to get the hex codes for them. So I'm going to open up this thumbnail will work just fine. We'll do that. And then the other color is B500, so I just need to get this one here. So now to do these hex codes, we want to type 0x and then the color code. So I'm gonna paste that in. There's our color code, and then 0x B5 1 2 3 4 zeros. Fantastic. Put a semicolon at the end. So now our egg is going to be blue and red. And now we're going to go down to the next line. There might be something we have to do with this here. Right. Okay. So now we're going to go down to the next one. We're going to type in rendering registry dot register entity rendering handler, the entity class. So entity ready Freddy dot class, and now the renderer, which is we're gonna type in new render ready Freddy, open parentheses, new ready Freddy, parentheses, no options in those, comma, space 0.3f, and then it should be 2 on the end, and semicolon. Right. I put this here and I shouldn't have. There we go. Is that right? No, let's go that way. There we go. So we got all the lines in there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to double check my code over here to make sure we have everything in there. There's nothing else we have to do up here. Yes, we got a few functions to create up near the top. So we're going to go up near the top here. Actually, they're already here. Right here, mob generation. I'll delete these and we'll rewrite them. So underneath our define world generation, create another comment, mob generation. And then we're going to go public static int get unique oh my god, I am not it with this today. Get unique entity ID. We can call this whatever we want. So because we're creating this function, but just call it the same thing that I have, just to make sure we have no errors. Now, yeah, it's asking for the return statement. So in here we're gonna type. We're just not gonna type just normal return this. We're gonna type do, open the squiggly bracket, start entity ID ++ semicolon. Thank you for letting me know that my code is now, or my tutorial is now uploaded. Okay, so now out of the squiggly bracket, we're going to type while entity list dot get get string from ID. So get string from ID. which is capital S, capital F, and capital I, capital D. And then we're going to type in start entity ID is not equal to null. Should be right. There's not two of them there. Right. So one of them ends right here. A semicolon at the end of that. And then on the next line, return start entity ID plus plus. Now this start entity ID is a variable that we do need to create. So up here, just below define biomes, define mobs. So actually this should be define mob IDs. Static int start entity ID, and I just set to 300. So do that, and then type that part of the code. And then now public. We got one more to do here. Public static void register entity egg. Now this is going to be a little bit. You're really going to have to watch this part. Okay. So capital C class. These are our parameters. We want left arrow, not the right arrow, just the one arrow with a question mark, space, extends, space, entity, and then the other exclamation, or the other arrow, space, entity, comma, space, int, primary color, int, secondary color. Okay, so, and then the last two are ints, and then open parentheses, start on the next line. Int ID is equal to get unique get unique entity ID. There we go. Don't need to type anything at the end of that line. And now entity list dot ID to class mapping dot put ID and entity. And then a semicolon at the end. One more line to write. Entity list dot entity eggs dot put ID and then new entity egg info ID primary color secondary color. And then a semicolon at the end, not a capital S on secondary, lowercase s, and that's what we did it with our parameters. So there you go. I'll leave that there for a second, and you guys can take a look. Make sure that you got it all correct. There we go. You could have paused the video as well to do that. So now we are done in the Redstone main file. So we can save that, and now we just got a few. We just have those few errors down here at the bottom, which is our entity. Mainly, I hope this add spawn here goes away after we fix the entity ready Freddy. Same as this one here. I think we actually gotta grab this entity register entity egg name from here. Drag that down here and paste it. Yeah, it might just because we don't have the entity ready Freddy created yet. So we're going to do that right now. So we're going to create entity ready Freddy. So basically all you got to do is hover over that, click create class. And we're going to put it in a different package, redstone_tutorial.entity. and click finish. All right, so now we're going to have this file here. Save that. It's going to fix a few of the errors. I think this one here isn't the same. Actually, it is. Oh, .class here. Wherever we typed entity ready Freddy, there has to be .class as well. How about that? We'll come back to that. We just haven't created this here yet. All right, so now we got that. So we need to first make our class extend. So extends entity. Now this is where your choice. Now mob is usually like a monster, like a zombie. Then there's then there's also like cows and different things like that. And we're actually going to need this. I'm going to pull this up right now. So if we go to net.minecraft.entity.monster, for example, you can open up the zombies. We're going to be doing a series, so it's entity mob extends the entity mob. But if you're doing something else like passive, which is like a cow or something, let's open up a cow, you're going to extend entity animal. So it's basically just not going to have the properties. It's not going to attack you is basically it. But we're going to create a mob today. So entity mob, you got the import entity mob. And then add the constructor. Very good. Now we got some stuff to set in this constructor here. So we're going to type this dot experience value. So this is going to be, as you could probably guess, how much experience it's going to give you when you kill it. I'm going to say 10. Alrighty, and then so now we gotta add these things right here. I'm gonna open up the monster, the zombie again, because I'm basically just copied this right from there. So open up these right here, all this add tasks. So if you want it to be able to swim, so if you want it to be able to swim, just copy this here and paste it into your file. Is equal to 10. There we go. Save that entity. We don't want it to. We don't want him to break doors. We want him to the entity on collide with player. This next one is for entity villager. So if you want it to attack villagers, you can have it do that as well. Okay. We're also gonna move towards restriction. AI move. I'm gonna skip that one. Move through village. Gonna skip that one. We need the wander, the watch closest, and the entity look idle. So basically, what these are gonna do, we're basically setting up the AI for our mob. Basically, is what we're doing here. So we want this entity AI hurt by target, nearest attack player. We don't need the last one because that's for villager. So we can do that. So we have all those in there now, everything that we need. From that, for now, we are going to be coming back to this, so don't close it quite yet. Alrighty. So I want to explain some. So this right here. This entity AI attack on collide, you want to change this because this is the speed that it's going. And if you keep it at 1.0D, for whatever reason, it's super fast. It's kind of like an Enderman kind of thing. It like teleports all over the place. So I made it 0.5D, which is half the speed. It's still a little bit faster than normal. I think normal is 0.4D. And then you also want to do on the AI Wander, 0.5D. And I think those are the only two you have to change. Because the watch closest, that just turns the head and all that stuff. Yeah, that should be good right like that. So you don't need to edit anymore with that part. But now we got some functions to add on to this. first thing we need to do is we need to add a function to actually enable AI for our mob. So we got to type in protected space Boolean, which a Boolean is true or false. All right. So is capital AI, capital E on it, enabled. Your brackets, and then we need to return something. So we're going to return true, thus enabling AI. Now we also need to set the health. So this is public int getMaxHealth. Max health. No parameters for any of these. And then we want it to return 15. At least that's what I set my health as. Endermen are 40. Zombies are 10, I believe. So we're going to make him just a little bit stronger than a zombie. Since he is going to randomly he's going to have a rare drop of our redstone gem. All right, so we did that. Now we have to define all of our sounds. Now, if we go over into the entity zombie here, you could copy these right out of here if you wanted. So there's the AI enabled. You can set the children stuff. We're not going to bother with that though. Is villager return? Well, whether the zombie is a villager. Yeah. So we don't have to worry about that on living update stuff. There's a lot of stuff in here, so I'm just gonna streamline it for you, so you don't have to go through all this crap. So there's the get living sound. So that's like the zombie sound whenever it's just standing there, it's not doing anything. There's its hurt sound, its death sound, and its step sound. So we got all these different things to do. I'm not going to do play sound because we don't want it. I'm going to do custom sounds later on, not at this moment, because that's something I need to look into first, and we'll do custom sounds for him. But for now, we're just going to use zombie, and I don't want him sounding like a zombie all the time, just when you hit him. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back over to here, copy them if you wish, or type them out so you can learn it. So we're going to type in protected string space get hurt sound, both parentheses, no parameters, and now we need to return a string, which is going to be mob.zombie.hurt, and then semicolon at the end, close that out, and that's good to go. And now same thing for the death sound, except for its get death sound. So protected string get death sound, and then you want to return. I'm going to try and move that down a little bit for you. Return mob.zombie.death. And now the step sound is a little bit different. So we're going to go protected void play step sound. And we got some parameters here. Int par1, comma space, int par2, comma space, int par3, comma space, int par4, and then squiggly brackets outside of our parentheses, and we're ready to write. So what's wrong with this code here? I'm going to get dot death, and then change this to death. I'm not sure why that was like that. Either way, it's fixed now and it's working. So yeah, so under the play step sound, we're going to type this dot play sound. This is a string of what the sound we want it to play. So mob dot zombie dot step. All right, and then we got two parameters in this, and they are as follows. I'm going to set them to 0.15f and 1.0f. There we go. So now we're going to move on to the item that we want dropped. And I actually made a mistake there as well. There we go. Actually, that's what was causing that to be wrong there. All right, so now we're going to do the get dropped item ID. So protected int get drop item ID. So this is basically going to tell it what we want it to can't type today. Man, this is protected. There we go. Okay. So it's going to have an error because we haven't returned anything. I'm just going to return actually instead of it dropping zombie meat, let's have it return redstone, a piece of redstone. So item dot redstone item dot redstone. So it's going to drop redstone dot item ID and semicolon at the end, completing that line. Now we also have to give it a creature attribute, but before we do that, we are going to give it its rare drop first. So protected void drop rare capital lowercase d on the first drop, capital R on rare, and capital D on drop. We have one parameter int par1, and now this is a little bit different. So basically, you can have it drop multiple different rare items, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But we're only going to have one in this case, but you could have multiples if you so wish. So we're going to type in switch space parentheses this dot rand dot next int, and then put 3 in there, and then you want your squiggly brackets. And now in here, so we're going to type in case 0. So this is kind of like the redstone, like when we did the biome, where we want it to be surface, the end, or in the nether. So this is the same kind of case statement thing. It's basically the same idea as it was there. So case 0 is going to be this dot drop item. Drop item. So we're going to go redstone main dot redstone gem. Let's find it right there. Dot item ID, and then part 2 is basically the number that you want it to, so how many you want it to drop. Or just gonna have it drop 1 semicolon at the end, and down one line and type break and semicolon. So I'm gonna put that right back there. So if you want to add more, you can just copy that, paste it, change case 0 to case 1. And then choose your next item that you want it to spawn as a rare drop. We're just going to have the 1, and that's it. Alrighty, so next part is our creature type, which we're going to set it to undead. So public, public enum creature type creature attribute ATTRIBUTE space get creature attribute parentheses next line public. That's not right. So we got to import enum creature attribute, and we're going to return enum creature attribute dot undead. All right. And then semicolon at the end of that line, and we're done with that function. Now we got one more. One more. So this is just another thing to make sure that everything updates. Like, so this is for if you're gonna have fire and all that stuff. So let's go over back to our entity zombie. So we're gonna go up to the on living update. This one here. So basically, this here is basically setting. So if the world object dot is daytime and is not world blah 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 is remote, and this isn't a child, float f this brightness blah blah blah. If so, then now so we can get the brightness. If the brightness is greater than 0.5 f, and random.next float blah 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 blah. Can see through sky. So it's basically saying if he's not under anything, if the zombie isn't under anything, and a bunch of other stuff, doing all of his different positions, then if that's true, then flag is equal to true. Item stack blah 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 blah. Item blah blah blah. Is item damageable? All this other stuff. False. And then, so it's basically just setting a bunch of stuff up, and then for this flag boolean, if it's true or false, and then if it's true, set fire. That's basically saying, so that's basically for set fire, but we're still going to put it there, but not to set fire. But if you want fire, just copy that entire function, and you'll have the same effect as a zombie. So we're just going to type public void on living update, and we're going to type super dot on living update semicolon at the end, and that's it. We are done with that. Now we're moving on to the last part of this, which is our render ready Freddy file. So we're going to go down here to render ready Freddy right here, hover over top, create the class, and we're going to put this in a package called render, just to keep everything separate again. Save that. Probably still gonna have some errors in there somewhere. Oh yeah, we got to import ready Freddy as well, and now that should be fixed of all errors. No, okay, we'll come back to that after we get this finished. So it's already put in a few functions for us. This resource location, and this one here. So I'm actually going to put this all in one line just to keep it clean. There we go. So let's do render. We will need that near the end, but I might just do it now. So this resource location stuff. So this is where we set our texture for our mob. So we're going to type in return, and then resource location, and then parentheses, and within those parentheses you're going to put double quotes, and we're going to type in redstone tutorial, all lowercase, textures, / mobs / ready Freddy .png. And we also have the import. No. Probably spelt it wrong, I'm guessing. Return new resource location. And then all that. So you go, there's that first line. And now in this line here, I'm going to type in render ready Freddy. 2 sets of parentheses, entity. Where are we here? Entity ready Freddy. Close one of the parentheses, so go tap your arrow, your right arrow once. Par 1. Actually, it's just in here. It's just called entity, so we'll just call it entity. That's correlation with this one right here. So entity, comma space, par. It's doing these different. It's doing D0, D1, D2, F1. For all of those different things there. We're going to have to import ready Freddy, and we got to create some more functions here. So we need to create, we should actually have a constructor, shouldn't we? But it doesn't create one by default, so we're going to do that first. So we're going to type public render ready Freddy. And then in parentheses, model base, capital M, capital B, space par 1, model B, capital M, capital B, colon, comma, space, float, par 2, exit out of the, get out of the parentheses, import model, and go down to the next line. And we just got 2 things to type in. Super par 1 model base, capital M, capital B, comma space par 2, semicolon at the end, one more line, model is equal to then two sets of parentheses, ready Freddy. Out of the first set of parentheses, main model. And semicolon at the end. Oh yeah, we also have to create this variable model, which is protected. Ready Freddy space model and semicolon. Import ready Freddy. So it's having a problem with this super. Right. Our extend is also not right. We need to extend living instead of extending render. Import render living, and now fix that super to be correct. And this is fine. That's supposed to have a lowercase r on it, because we're going to create another function here. We have 2 more to create. So we're going to type in public void render ready Freddy entity parentheses entity ready Freddy space entity comma space double par 2 comma space double par 3 comma space double par 4. Actually, no, we're going to do double par 3, double par 4, and double par 2, double par 4, double par 6, float par 8, and float par 9. Exit, get out of the parentheses, press, put in your squiggly brackets, And we got one line to type in here, super.doRender living entity, or do render living, and then entity. So then our entity is entity ready Freddy, like that. Par 2 is par 2, par 4, par 6, and par 9. Those are all fine. I don't need to change any of those. What we do need to, it's not like an entity ready. Oh, fuck. Is there anything we're missing there? I was looking at the wrong function. It's just entity here. Entity, like that. Because it matches that one there. And there we go. And then we got one more to do. I'm sorry if this is really out of order, kind of out of place. It's just, this is just so crazy sometimes that this is actually one of the toughest things I've had to do so far, as far as anything to do with mobs and things, as far as anything to do with Minecraft. So we got one more to do. We got to create a public void do render living parentheses entity living space par 1 entity living double par 2 double par 4 double par 6 double, no, this is a float par 8 and float par 9. There we go. Put our get out of the parentheses, put your squiggly bracket, and this is not coid, this has to be void. Import entity living. And we got one line to type in here. We have to type in render ready Freddy. 2 sets of parentheses, entity ready Freddy. And then outside of the first closing parentheses, got a fly on my keyboard. We got to type in par 1 entity living, and then par 2, par 4, par 6, par 8, and par 9, semicolon at the end. And I think that's it. I just got to put a capital on living. There we go. I think we finished it. We have finished it. Okay. Must feel good to get done there. There's a lot of typing in that. We just got one more thing to do, and that's put our textures in the right spot. Oh boy. Okay. So desktop. We're just going to go into... Okay, everything's all over the place. Our Windows share, go into here, grab our texture, our Ready Freddy texture. Go into Forge, MCP, Source, Minecraft, Assets, Breadstone Tutorial, Textures, and then we have to create a new folder here called Mobs, since that's what we set. And then go into Mobs and type paste, and then paste that texture in there, and then click Run the game. Oh, today's just been one of those days, people. One of those days. Let that load. It's Monday, okay? Give me a break. All right, so there we go. So I'm going to delete a lot of these. We don't need them anymore because, you know, it's pointless keeping all these old worlds. Let's get rid of all of them and create a new one. Creative, and let's go. Let's go. So we should have a spawn egg. The name should be working. If not, I'll have to go back to that later. Not today. Today's just not the day to be figuring out a bug like that. It should be working though. So just let this generate the world. So it takes its time. Running creative. Let's go find our biome. Extreme hills. We should just be able to just basically go one way, and we should find it because I've always had pretty good luck finding the biome. So hopefully I have the same luck here, because that would be utterly fantastic if we could. Oh, great. Stop generating. Oh, my God. Do you need some time? We're moving too fast for it. That's the problem. It's usually around the plains biome, so if we find... It should be coming up here soon. It's usually attached to the plains biome. Plains or desert is usually where it spawns. Or generates, I guess. And if we don't find it soon, I'll just say fuck it and just use whatever biome we're on. At the edge of the world again. Oh, goody, would you look at that? Found a cave. Damn it. Okay, well, yeah, we'll just do it here. Screw it. I'm not going to wander around forever trying to find this thing. So, if we did everything correctly under miscellaneous, here's our... Yep, it's not pulling up the name. We'll fix that another day. It's probably because it's got spaces in it. We'll fix that. Ready entity.ready.name. Yeah, I'll look into that anyway. So there's our egg, and now we should be able to spawn this guy. And there we go. All right, one thing we forgot to do was animations. We'll do that next. Look at that. There he is. Hey, Freddy, how's it going? How are you ready, Freddy? Ready, Freddy. All right. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's finish this up quickly, and let's do the animations. So you've seen animations do not work at this current point in time. Are they a part of? They're a part of the class, aren't they? Yes, they are. Okay, so we have that one class in our entity file, our model file, actually. Sorry, which you have to reopen. So model, ready, Freddy. Actually, let's take a quick look at this. Ready. Yeah, I typed in ready instead of ready Freddy. Ready Freddy. So do we have to do it like that then? I don't know. We'll try that and see what that does. And it's registering, blah, blah, blah. I'll figure that out anyway. But anyway, let's just get back to what we were doing. We were doing animation. So we have this set rotation angles right here. So basically, this is what we need to put code in here for each part of Ready Freddy's body, of his model, so that it's basically setting the rotation angles and all that kind of stuff. You don't really have to understand it too well. We're just going to do basic head rotation, up, down, left, right, arms forward and backwards, and yeah, pretty easy stuff. Pretty easy stuff. So we're going to start with the head. So we're going to type this dot head. You should automatically have this dot whatever corresponds with these variables created up here. The model renderer head, body, left arm, right leg, and left leg. So just go back down to the bottom. This dot head dot rotate angle y, okay, is equal to par 4 forward slash space parentheses 180 f space, not 280, 180 f space forward slash space parentheses float, close that first, that one parentheses, math dot pi. Alrighty, and then semicolon at the end. Oh yeah, these are no longer f. They are, so f 1, 2, 3, 4, and yes, this is f instead of par 4. It's f4. Since they've changed that in this has 6 of them. This is actually f3 then, because this should be par 1, par 2, par 3, par 4, par 5, par 6, and then entity, par 1, entity. Yeah. All right. So that's the first one. Next one is, so this is again for the head. So this dot head dot rotate angle x is equal to f4 this time, not f3, f4, forward slash, and then in parentheses, we're going to type 170f space forward slash space, another parentheses, float, close parentheses, math dot pi. And then at the end, semicolon. Now I'm going to do I'm going to hit return twice to separate these. Now we're going to do the left leg, this dot left leg dot rotate x. These are a little bit different. So this one starts with math helper dot cos, cos, par 1. So in this case it's f times 0.6662f out of the parentheses times 2.0f times f1 times 0.5f. Now, don't ask me what this all means, because I really don't. And every guide I found, no one really explained what they did, what all these variables are for. So just copy exactly what I do for this mob anyway. You'll probably have to customize that for, like, if you're doing anything that has that's like a spider, just copy the spider, and so on and so forth. All right, so this dot left leg, try and pick up the pace a little bit. Rotate, we're on angle Y this time, is equal to math helper dot cos f f times no. X is, the Y is different. Never mind. Forget all of that. It's just 0.0f, and that's it. Okay, I kind of blanked out there for a second. So let's do right leg now, and it's basically is it equal? No, it's a little bit different. So we'll change this a little bit. So dot rotate on the x, rotate angle x first is equal to math helper dot cos f times 0.6662f plus parentheses float, close parentheses, math dot pi out of out of the rest of the parentheses times 1.4f times f1 and semicolon. And now this dot right leg is 0.0f as well. So dot rotate on the y, right? Yes, y is equal to 0.0f. And now we just got to do the arms. Okay, so this dot left arm dot rotate x, rotate angle x, is equal to math helper dot cos, and then within within those parentheses, f times 0.6662f, and then out of that parentheses times 2.0f times f1 times 0.5f semicolon. And now this dot left arm dot rotate angle z is 0.0f is equal to 0.0f. And now we'll do this dot right arm dot rotate x is equal to math helper dot cos, or cos, however you want to say that, f times 0.6662f plus float out of that parentheses, float out of those parentheses, math dot pi out of those parentheses times 2.0f times par 2 f1 times 0.5f semicolon. I'm just going to double check to make sure I got those right. That has to be an equal sign, not a stupid thing. Let's make sure I got that right, because the next, so actually let's just quickly do the right one. This dot right arm dot rotate z is equal to 0.0f semicolon. Okay, so I'm just going to double check my math here, or my code here, make sure it's right. So left arm is math helper dot cos f times 0.6662f times 2.0f times f1 times 0.5f, and then right arm is math helper dot cos f times 0.6662f plus float math dot pi times 2.0f times f1 times 0.5f. All right, so one thing I just thought of that I'll explain is the difference between a float and a double. So a double is a short is like a short float. So like a float can be number dot as many numbers as it wants, and a double is say 1.1, but a float is like 1.11111111111. All right, so that's the difference between those two. So if you don't have to use a float, don't use a float, use a double. Alrighty, so that should be good. We should be able to run this, and we'll be all good to go. All right, so full screen. Let's test this baby out. Let's make sure he's got arms and legs. So, where is he here? Oh, he's gone. He's gone. No, he's gone. So, if I go game mode S now, so he's going to run towards me. And he has zombie sounds. Ooh. You bastard. And then he drops a redstone. So there you go. And he drops us some experience. He dropped us, was it 10 or 20 experience? So there you go. How about that? So I can't fly at the moment. So game mode C. So now he will wander around on his own, because that AI that we put in there, he will look at us, and he will run around on his own. And now let's make sure he's spawning at night. So let's go time set 16,000 to make it nighttime. And now let's just go wandering around. I don't know if we have to find the redstone biome or not for him to generate. I don't think we do. Okay, so we got skeletons spawning here. Found it. We finally found the biome. Fantastic. And it's daytime now, so we gotta go time set 16,000 for the middle of the night. I'm pretty sure that is. Now we should be able to find our mob. So I should probably darken this now. A bit moody. And our mob should be spawning on our biome somewhere. As we generate new chunks, he will spawn. Okay, so that's the edge there. Okay, this helmet is really driving me insane. And I will just turn that up to moody. What the fuck did I turn on? Touchscreen, don't need touchscreen on. So let's see. Should spawn here somewhere. His spawn rate is very, very, very low. So you're definitely going to want to... There he is. Hey, how's it going, Freddy? There you are. Old buddy, old pal. So there he is. So there we go. So our mob is spawning for us in our redstone biome at least. So we'll have to fix that later with other stuff. Let's trap him in a hole. There we go. There we go. We could probably also give him like jump boost and stuff if we really wanted to. Slap you with a stick. There you go. Yeah, he's a happy old fellow. So there we go. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in another video. I'm going to be posting up some more Corona stuff. I got some quick tips for Minecraft modding. I'm going to be putting up on this. See, there's another one. There's another one. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to turn up the spawn rate of these guys. If you want, or if you want them that way, since they, well, I guess it is a rare. So either, okay, here's what I would say that you should do for this. Either have the mob spawn often and drop rare, or have it normally drop a redstone gem, but spawns hardly ever. So one of those two is probably a good idea. To do that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. So I got more quick tips coming for Minecraft modding, some quick little videos, like maybe like 5-10 minutes on different modding things, and I will see you in some more Corona SDK stuff, which I just started today, because that's the video that was uploading. So I'll have some more of those, and I will see you guys in the next video.